All right, welcome in everybody for our last and final game here to wrap up this Saturday here at the 2024 DYB World Series, hosted in Bossier City, Louisiana. We've been covering the Ozone games all day, but we're happy to bring some coverage to the Division I Majors tournament as well tonight with our final matchup from the fifth and final game coming from the Majors bracket with the matchup between Georgia and Arkansas. Georgia team coming out of Troup County. The Arkansas team coming out of Arkadelphia. Kind of give some insight of how some previous matchups lined up today. First started with Mississippi and Texas, with Mississippi coming out with a win, and Virginia and Alabama playing each other. Virginia coming out there, and so Mississippi and Virginia will play tomorrow night at 7:30. And so the losers from those two games, Texas and Alabama, will meet tomorrow at 5:15. Louisiana beat Tennessee earlier, so they'll move in and get a bye into Monday. They beat Tennessee, and they are waiting on some losers as we're finishing out Game 4 and Game 5 over here on Field 9 and Field 10. And so I'm going to get ready as we see the Georgia squad take the defensive side first. As first pitch is a strike from pitcher Ben Lupian, pitcher for Georgia. Both teams in red jerseys and white pants in this game. The difference will be Georgia has the white hats on, and Arkadelphia will have on blue hats. As we start quickly with an 0-2 count to Cooper Robertson, the starting shortstop. That ball put in play over to the third baseman. He's going to throw it across the field, and that'll be a 1-2-3 quick out for this defensive squad of Georgia. Go over the rest of the starting lineup for the visiting Arkansas team out of Arkadelphia. Gabe Valdenia now up for them as he takes a big swing and miss there. Cade Mackey, Cash McBride, Max Spites, Jackson Johnston, Joe Lopez, J.D. Bryant, Brenner Williams, Leighton Tugwell, and Cooper Babb finish out the lineup. As that pitch is in for a ball, makes it a 1-1 count. Starting pitcher, Ben Lupian. Ezra Cook behind the plate for Georgia. That pitch comes in for a strike, 1-2 the count. Over at first, we got Wilson Stroud. Second base, Caleb Favors. Third base, Colton Shelnut. Left field, Chipper Yateman. Fourth pitch comes in for a ball, makes it a 2-2 count. Center field, Grady Smallwood, and then right field is Carson Atkinson. So now a 2-2 count to Valdenia. That one popped out. Great play by the center fielder to lay out for it. And that's 2 outs recorded very quickly for this Georgia defense. So, how we got here, Georgia beat North Carolina yesterday. No, excuse me. Yeah, Georgia beat Alabama, excuse me. And Arkansas lost to Louisiana in pool play, and so both of these teams coming into this game. Winner fights on in the winner's bracket. Loser will move on to the loser side of the bracket. So after that foul ball by Cade Mackey, center fielder for Arkadelphia. It's a 1-1 count. That ball put back into play, right back to the pitcher. He's going to get the tag out. And so that'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning for Lupian in this Georgia defense. And so now we'll head to the bottom half of the first, where Georgia will get a chance to bat. We'll be right back after this. right, welcome back. After a very quick 1-2-3 inning from the Georgia defense, we're going to get to see Arkansas on the defensive side of the things now. J.D. Bryant will take the ball on the mound for Arkansas, as he will be your starting pitcher. Finishing out the battery will be number 50, Max Spites, as the catcher. First base is Joe Lopez. Second base, Gabe Valdenia. Third base, Jackson Johnson. Shortstop, Cooper Robertson. Left field, Cash McBride. Center field, Cade Mackey. And right field will be Cooper Babb. The order due up will be Grady Smallwood, Ben Lupian, and Ezra Cook. 3 due up with Colton Shellnut, Peyton Spears, Wilson Stroud, Chipper Yateman, Ben Sells, A.J. Griffith, Carter Harrell, Carson Atkinson, and Caleb Favors to round out the lineup for this Georgia team. Now, if you've been with us all day, been watching Ozone, if you're just now tuning in now to the Majors game, field is a little bit different. Field's going to be a little bit smaller. Mound is closer. Bases are closer in. And so that will mean that there is no leadoffs. So they will stay on the base once they reach base. And just a little bit of a smaller playing area altogether. And so as we start, Grady Smallwood will be the leadoff man for Georgia. First pitch he sees, he fouls back, makes it a quick 0-1 count to Smallwood. Russell Yateman, Rusty Cook, and Justin Shellnut, the manager and coaches for this Georgia team. That pitch right down the middle for a strike makes it a quick 0-2 count. Count. That pitch spiked up, makes it a 1-2 count now to Smallwood. Loopy in the on-deck man. And so a big swing, but just fouls it off. Stay alive, makes it 1-2. Fourth pitch of the at-bat. That one hammered into right field. Got to get down right in front of him. And he'll be down for a quick leadoff single for the Georgia offense. So now that'll bring up Ben Lupian, the pitcher.
Number 10, Ben Lupian.
Trying to help himself out on the mound. Help out in whatever offensive way he can for his squad. Shows bunt, lays it down pretty right back to the pitcher. He's going to make the quick out over at first, but it will allow the runner to advance. And Grady Smallwood to second base. And so now one down for Ezra Cook, but a runner in scoring position in Grady Smallwood. Number 4, Ezra Cook, the catcher for the Georgia squad out of Troup County. First pitch he sees low. Smallwood thinks about going. Loser of this game gets a bye to Sunday. That pitch low, gets away from the catcher. Will allow the runner to advance over to the third with the 2-0 count. Quickly to Ezra Cook. Two-0 pitch. Popped up. Shortstop getting underneath it. He'll catch it. Tag up. We're going to have a play at the plate. And he's out. And so a double play there ends the inning for the Arkadelphia, Arkansas team. And so now we will head to the top of the second, still a 0-0 ball game. And so we'll return to the top of the second with this Arkansas squad batting after this. All right, we're back after that huge double play to end the bottom half of the first, where Cooper Robertson got the put out with Max Spites after kind of a shallow pop fly just past the infield. And so but the runner started going, and they were able to get the third out of the inning, as we now have Cash McBride up to bat for the Arkansas team as he hits this one over to the third baseman, and he'll get the quick out over to first. So quick out to begin the inning. Couple of defensive changes for this Georgia defense. We see Carter Harrell come in now at catcher. A.J. Griffith will take left field. Ben Sells out in right field. Ezra Cooks over at shortstop. Peyton Spears moving over to second. Quick 1-1 count now to Max Spites, after he was a part of the double play to end the bottom half of the first. That pitch up high, 2-1 now the count. Fourth pitch, big swing and a miss. 2-2, even count for Spites. Jackson Johnston, the third baseman, on deck for Arkansas. This one popped up to the second baseman. He's going to get under it, and that'll record the second out of the inning. So just 18 pitches so far for Ben Lupian. Number three, Jackson Johnson, now steps into the batter's box. He's the first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 the count. 2 down for Joe Lopez in the on-deck circle. This one popped back behind us for a foul ball, makes that count even at 1. Third pitch. Big swing and a miss. Lupian's done a great job with the swing and misses so far to begin this game. through 1 2/3 innings. That one just outside, maybe a little high as well. So now count even, even at 2. To Johnston. That pitch just a little high and makes the count full. Loopy in the pitch. That ball sails outside, and so now that will be the first base runner for Arkansas in Jackson Johnson, and so that'll bring up Joe Lopez, trying to make something happen after a 2-out rally.
Now batting number 11, Joe Lopez.
That pitch drops in for a strike. That one popped up, shallow right field. Good enough for the second baseman to catch it to record the 3rd out. So Georgia gets out of that one. Only 1 walk allowed, no hits, no runs. We'll be back for the bottom half of the second.
Sportsmanship is an important part of the game of baseball. DYB awards a sportsmanship trophy for each World Series to the team which demonstrates great sportsmanship throughout the series. As adults, we should set an example for the players. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship for your team. Yell for your team, and not against the opposing team.
All right, we're back. Georgia now up to bat. Take a quick timeout as we hear subs. All right, so we'll see Brenner Williams go over to right field. That'll be Brenner Williams. He'll take Cooper Babb's spot. All right, so after that defensive adjustment for Arkansas, we will see Colton Shelnut, Peyton Spears, and Wilson Stroud, the 3 due up this inning for Georgia. Looking to recover after ending the last inning with a double play. See that first pitch from J.D. Bryant as a ball. Makes it a quick 1-0 count. Now for Shelnut, second pitch. Outside as well, 2-0 count. And so these guys getting our last game of the day. This one hammered to the second baseman. Throw over to first, and he'll get the out. Great play there by Gabe Valdenia to get that out. Very hard hit ball by Shelnut over there, but makes quick work of it and gets it over there for the out. And so we'll see shortstop Peyton Spears up now for Georgia. Bryant's pitch. Popped up. Fly ball out to center field. He's losing it with the wind. It's going to drop. And Spears is in there with a 1-out double. Puts a runner in scoring position for Georgia, and Wilson Stroud now up for this Georgia squad. Wilson, number 12, playing first base. Bryant gets set. Pitch in there. Hammered. Out to center field. And it's gone. 2-run shot for Wilson Stroud. And he erases the zeros on the scoreboard and makes it 2-0 very quick for Georgia here in the bottom of the second. Oh, goodness. Big celebration, goes and knocks over his teammate. He's probably twice the size. Who is that he knocked over? Number 42. Caleb Favors. Let the excitement get to him and just kind of took it out on his teammate accidentally. All right, now after a huge 2-run shot, I mean, this ballpark is not easy to hit off of. We were here last week, only 2 home runs hit on this field, and so only 1 hit earlier in this prior game by the South Carolina team in Ozone. And so that'll make our 4th home run on this field by Wilson Stroud. Second pitch going to be ball as well. 2-0 count now to Chipper Yateman. Third pitch. That one sails high. 3-0 count quickly to Yateman. Most likely getting the take. Sign. Wasn't a bad pitch by Bryant. Just a really good hit ball from Stroud, and that ball by Yateman put it into play over to third base, and he throws it across the diamond to record the second out of the inning. And so we'll see Ben Sells, who wears number 14, played in right field last inning. He's going to be the guy with 2 outs here for Georgia. Big hack at that one as that ball started in the zone and just dropped the entire way. So an 0-1 count now to Sells. That one comes inside, evens the count at 1. Winner of this game plays tomorrow night at 7:30 against the winner of the North Carolina and the host Bossier team. And ball gets away, makes it a 2-1 count. Loser will move on to Monday. They'll have the early 11 a.m. game. And they will face the loser of Mississippi and Virginia. That ball also gets away, and so now it's a 3-1 count now to Sells. A.J. Griffith, the on-deck man. Fifth pitch. Also does not find the zone, and so that'll be a 2-out walk for Ben Sells. A.J. Griffith, number 5, up to the batter's box now. Played left field last inning. First pitch from Bryant. Lined out to center field. So now we got a 2-out single for Georgia, and that puts runners on first and second. Runner in scoring position now for Carter Harrell.
Next up, number 13, Carter Harrell for Georgia.
So number 13, Carter Harrell, played catcher last inning. He's going to look to add some more runs here in this inning for the Georgia squad. Sees that first pitch low for a ball. Again, this Georgia squad out of Troup County. Arkansas team from Arkadelphia. That ball sails high. Makes it a 2-0 count. That pitch inside. 3-0. Again, probably seeing a take here from Harrell. That one gets away from the catcher. Walk no matter what. So it will be bases loaded for Carson Atkinson. Number 9 started in right field today for Georgia, and so ducks on the pond for Carson. Going to look to add some more runs to the board. We see a mound visit for Arkansas. Talk about situations, make sure everybody's composed, and make sure we got everybody on the same page. Very hot out right now. Catcher taking some time as well, making sure he got some water.
Now batting for Georgia, number 9, Carson Atkinson.
Get a quick time call to the dugout. And we'll get ready for this pitch for Georgia. That one gets away for ball 1 of this at bat. 29 pitches now for J.D. Bryant. That pitch in for a strike. So 1-1 count. Caleb Favors, the 12 hole on deck for Georgia. Also famous for getting knocked over there by Stroud. That ball put into center field. 1 run's going to come in. That gets past the center fielder. 2 runs are going to come in. And make it 3 as we have a 2-out triple for Carson Atkinson. He clears the bases, and it'll make it a 5-0 Georgia lead. And so Arkansas started with 2 quick outs, and it started with a walk, and then it was a single and a couple more walks, and now here we are, 5-0. First pitch a strike into Favors. There's obviously that 2-run home run from Stroud that started everything off, but after that, kind of bounced back. That pitch in for a strike as well, so now 0-2 to Favors. Big swing and a miss, and Bryant's going to finish the inning with a strikeout. Not before Georgia puts up 5 runs, though. And so we will come back to the top of the third with a 5-minute hydration break, making sure that everybody stays safe on the field and get some time to rest and stay hydrated. And so we'll come back with the cameras. We'll take a quick break on audio, and we'll be back after the 5 minutes are up.
window down.
Don't know what you're missing. You know, actually, you'll just be mad later that you don't have more of it.
Appreciate it. Thank you for bringing up the community. Looking good, man.
Would you like some?
Yep. All right.
Hydration break's over. You can take the field.
All right, we're back for the top of the third now, as we will see Georgia return their original starting lineup to the field. Ezra Cook will head back to catcher. Ben Sells over to right field. Chipper Yateman over to left field. Carson Atkinson over to right field. Caleb Favors back at second, and Peyton Spears over at short. First pitch in from Lupian for a ball. It's a 1-0 count now as J.D. Bryant, the pitcher, hits that one just off the glove of first baseman Wilson Stroud. So that'll be a leadoff single for Georgia. Probably leadoff error for J.D. Bryant and Arkadelphia. So now Brenner Williams up. Arkadelphia sees the first pitch for a strike. Second pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Evens the count. Bryant, Williams, and Tugwell, the guys due up here for Arkansas. That pitch in for a strike. 1-2, excuse me, the count. That ball hit over to the third baseman. He's going to try and get the play over at second, not in time. And so that'll be a fielder's choice. So now runners on first and second. No outs for Leighton Tugwell. Big swing and miss from Tugwell. This is the most trouble that Lupian's been in all game. Had one base runner off of a walk earlier on the game, as he gets a big swing and miss there by Tugwell. 0-2 now for number 22, Cooper Babb, the on-deck man. This one popped up, gonna be foul ball. So count will remain 0-2. That one just comes off the end of his bat over here on left side of the infield. So 0-2 count to Tugwell. Gets a swing and miss there, and that'll be a strikeout for Ben Lupian. Now Cooper Babb, the right fielder, will come to the plate, and we'll see Cooper Robertson be the on-deck man as he is the leadoff batter for the Arkansas squad. First pitch to Babb, in for a strike. So now 0-1. That pitch in for a strike as well. 0-2. Quickly to Babb. That pitch gets outside for a 1-2. Fourth pitch from Lupian. That one fouled over on the right side. Keeps it 1-2, and now we have 40 pitches for Ben Lupian, and so that's all we'll see of him. A really good start to this game. Like we said, the most trouble that he was in was right here in this inning where he allowed 2 runners on with no outs, but I believe he finishes 3 or 4 strikeouts and no runs allowed so far. And so we will see number 6, Peyton Spears, take the bump now for Georgia. Lupian will come in. He'll play in the infield. Looks like he'll just take over Spears' spot at short. All right, so while Spears is warming up, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Spears' at-bats right after this. All right, so if you're tuning in and you're confused about what just happened, Lupian reached the 40 pitch mark. If he throws 41, that means that you would have to take 36 hours of rest and not be able to pitch tomorrow. Now Spears comes in off speed and gets a quick strikeout, 1-pitch strikeout for him after most of the damage done by Lupian in that at bat. So again, you throw 41 pitches, you have to have 36 hours of rest, not available the next day. Whereas if you get to the 66 mark, I believe it is, you have to have 48 hours of rest. It means you have to miss 2 days. And so quickly a 2-0 count now to the leadoff man, Robertson. Gabe Valdina, the on-deck man. Big swing and miss from Robertson. Trying to get all of that one. The pitch, that one at the top of the zone, gets another big swing and miss from Robertson. Starts at the bottom, and the last pitch, that one up high. Both resulting in the same thing in swing and misses. The pitch, that one a little blooper back to the pitcher, and he'll record the out over at first. And so a couple of scary base runners to start the inning for Georgia, but they're able to get out of the jam, and still no scores come across for Arkansas. And so we'll head to the bottom of the third with Georgia with a chance to add some more to their total right after this. All right, so no team on the mound for the Arkansas squad. It'll be Cash McBride taking over on the bump for them as J.D. Bryant's day is over after 2 innings of work. He threw 35 pitches, and so we'll see Cash come in. With Cash coming in, we see Cooper Babb go over to left field. Leighton Tugwell will go over to right field. J.D. Bryant will come in. And so after that last out, Gabe Valdenia will be due up next for Arkansas. And we will return to the top of the lineup for Georgia with Grady Smallwood, the center fielder. He got on base in his last time with a single, ended up going over to third, and then was a part of that double play out to end the first inning after that pop fly from Ezra Cook. So Grady steps in, first pitch he sees right down the middle for a strike. Good pitch by Cash McBride. That one fouled back. Quick 0-2 count now for Grady Smallwood. Smallwood, Lupien, and Cook. Guys due up here for Georgia in this bottom half of the third. That one hammered right in between first and second baseman, and so Grady Smallwood on base again. 2 for 2 so far with singles, and so quickly there's another base runner for Georgia as Ben Lupien will step up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far today. He was the starting pitcher for Georgia. Great performance, no earned runs. Now over at shortstop since Spears has come in. That pitch hits the zone. Smallwood thinks about going, comes back over to first though, and so an 0-1 count, runner still over there at first for Ben Lupien. That pitch high and inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1. Third pitch hits that inside corner for a strike. 1-2 now the count for Lupien. Ezra Cook, the on-deck man. That one hammered into right field. He will get under it for the first out of the inning. Runner will stay over there at first. So 1 down now for Ezra Cook. The starting catcher for Georgia played a little bit of second base in the second inning. And he will now step in for his second at bat, 0 for 1 so far to start the game. That ball gets away from the catcher. Is it a little bit of a wild throw, and that will allow Grady Smallwood to advance over to second base. So now a runner in scoring position for Ezra Cook. Last time he hit that pop fly into the shortstop. That one's going to be another fly, a little one that just falls into right field. A little trouble with the defense is going to allow Grady Smallwood to come in, play over at third, and Ezra Cook will be safe. So it is now a 6-0 Georgia lead with a runner over at third and Ezra Cook for Colton Shelnut. So a runner in scoring position for Shelnut in this Georgia offense. Another opportunity to drive in a run as Shelnut sees that first pitch for a strike. Number 21 Shelnut over there at third base for the Georgia defense. Sees that pitch low for a ball. That one in for a strike. 1-2 now the count to Shelnut. McBride Get set. That one hammered into left field. That'll be good enough to drive in the runner from third. Shellnut doesn't push it. Trying to advance over to second. At an RBI single nonetheless, and is now 7-0 for this Georgia squad out of Troup County. So now we'll see Peyton Spears come up. Peyton Spears now on the bump for Georgia. That pitch he sees come in and come across the plate for a strike. So now 1-1 the count. Runner over at first, one out. Number 12, Wilson Stroud, the on-deck man. That pitch comes in high, 2-1. Now to Spears. That one, a little bouncer over to third. He has trouble with it, but able to get the out in time. So now 2 down. As Shellnut advances over to second base, and that'll bring up number 12, Wilson Stroud. Stroud in his first at bat.
Wilson Stroud. Hit him in the foot.
Well, we're going to have a meeting between the umpires and see if that hit is going to stand. They might say that it went off of his foot. It might have been a foul ball, but we'll see. And call will stand, and so runner is out over there at first. But now we will have still a runner in scoring position for Wilson Stroud. Again, his first at bat, he took this 1 yard for a home run there in left center field. He's going to look to have the same success here in the second at bat. Sees his first pitch for a strike. So now a quick 0-1 count to Stroud. Second pitch. That one outside, maybe a little low as well. So a 1-1 count now. That one he takes for a ball, and so now 2-1. Count for Cash McBride. That pitch low for a ball. So now 3-1. Cash McBride come in through 2/3 of this inning. 21 pitches thrown so far. The 3-1 pitch. This one hammered over to first. Great stop to get that out. Ball hammered by Wilson Stroud, and Lopez does a great job of stopping it to record that third out of this bottom half of the third. And so now we will head to the top of the fourth, where Arkansas is looking to climb back. We'll see if they can do it right here from the 2024 DYB World Series. All right, back top half of the fourth. Arkansas now due up to bat in this inning, looking to climb out of a little bit of a hole. And so now we'll start it off with Gabe Valdenia, second baseman. We see the Georgia defense move around how they did previously. Carter Harrell now behind the plate at catcher again. First pitch in for a ball. AJ Griffith over to left field. Ben Sells over to right field. Peyton Spears still the pitcher. Ezra Cook shortstop. Ben Lupien over at second now. That ball put into play past the center fielder's head. Gonna get past him. Runners going over to second, now over to third. And a big leadoff triple for this Arkansas squad. And Gabe Valdenia gives them a good chance now with a runner in scoring position. And Cade Mackey, the center fielder, up to bat.
Next up, number 34, Cade Mackey.
Mackey looking to drive in the first Arkansas run of the day. Sees that first pitch for a strike. Valdenia will hold up over there at third as he didn't feel like the ball got past Harrell enough to allow him to score. So now the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Mackey, and so now quickly 0-2. Valdenia over there at third. Two balls got away so far from Harrell, but neither one he's liked enough so far. The 0-2 pitch. That one going to be fouled away, and so we'll restart. 0-2. Cash McBride, the current pitcher, the on-deck man for the Arkansas squad at Arkadelphia. That one, a little blooper out to center field, and that'll be enough to allow Valdenia to come in. So now Arkansas is on the board, 7-1, no outs.
Next up, number 16, Cash McBride.
So Cash McBride looking to continue this rally from his Arkansas squad, trying to fight their ways back into this. Starts with an 0-1 count. Takes a big swing at that one. Now 0-2 to McBride. The 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one back. Keeps it 0-2. And keeps Mackey over there at first. That one, big swing and a miss from McBride. Records the first out of this top half of the fourth.
Next up, number 50, Max
As Peyton Spears gets a big strikeout on that fastball. So now we'll see Max Spites step into the box, sees his first pitch for a strike. Spites completing the battery at the catcher position. Big swing and miss again. So quickly 0-2. As Peyton Spears is finding his fastball and getting big swing and misses from it. That one comes inside. Makes it 1-2. Another big swing and miss with that fastball from Peyton Spears, and quickly he's found it, it seems like, and he's just saying, I'm going to give you my best stuff against your best stuff and see who can come out on top. And so now we see Jackson Johnston step into the box. That one comes inside. Makes it 1-0. Johnson, the third baseman for Arkansas. Choking up with a 2-out approach and runner on. Strike in there, makes it 1-1. Goes with the off speed there. Ends up sailing high to make it 2-1. Lopez, the on-deck man. Back to the fastball, evens the count over at 2. So 2-2, it seems like that fastball is the thing working for Spears right now. Why shy away from it? That one comes inside, makes the count full. So full count, 2 outs, runner over at first. Payoff pitch from Spears. Right down the middle for a strike. And Spears with a huge strikeout to get out of the inning. And that'll keep the score at 1-7 in favor of Georgia. We head to the bottom of the 4th, where they're going to look to put on some more. We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back. Cash McBride is back on the mound now. For Arkansas, we see Leighton Tugwell, or excuse me, J.D. Bryant goes into right field. Brenner Williams over and left. As we have Chipper Yateman, man up now for Georgia. So a quick 2-0 count from McBride. Yateman, Sells, and Griffith due up this inning as Yateman now sees that pitch in for a strike. 2-1 to number 27. That pitch inside. 3-1 the count now. McBride stretching out his arm on the mound. That pitch, it's away from him for a ball, and so it'll be a leadoff walk for Chipper Yateman. We'll see Ben Sells. Ben Sells now at the plate for Georgia, looking to capitalize on that leadoff walk. First pitch he sees is a strike. Right at that top inside corner. Second pitch. Hit back into play over to the shortstop. They're going to go over to second and over to first, and that'll be not in time. And so the runner over at first will be safe. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Ben Sells, and now we'll see A.J. Griffith coming to the batter's box. First glance, it looked like Arkansas had turned that 6-4-3 double play, but not quite in time, and so we'll now see Griffith step in with 1 out. Runner over at first. First pitch he fouls back to make it a 0-1 count. Griffith's has come into left field to play a couple times. He sees that pitch high and outside for it, but swings at it for a strike. So no 2 count now to Griffith. That one inside for a ball. 1-2 count now. Harrell, the on deck man for Georgia. That one hammered into left center. Got to get down in the gap. Got to allow runners to be moving. They're sending him home. And so now Georgia puts up another run on the board after a huge RBI double from A.J. Griffith.
Coming up to bat, number 13, Carter Harrell.
So Georgia adds to their lead, puts up another one. Answering after that run that Arkansas scored in that last inning. So back to a 7-run deficit for this Texas squad, or excuse me, this Arkansas team. That pitch comes in high as well. 2-0 now. They count for Harrell. You can hear his coach telling him to settle down and only swing at things that he's going to be able to drive, and that pitch gets away from the catcher, and so that'll allow Griffith to head over the third. So now running in scoring position, even closer now for Harrell. 3-0 count though. That one hits the inside edge for a strike. 3-1 now for Harrell. Carson Atkinson, the on-deck man. And that one outside for a ball. And so that'll put runners on the corner now. And we're going to see time, as most likely we're going to see a pitching change, as Cash McBride has reached 38 pitches. And so we'll see what Chris Babb and this Arkansas squad decide to do from here. So having a meeting on the mound, talking directly with McBride and trying to get a feel of how he's feeling right now. It seems like if he wants to keep going or if he's going to take the ball. He does reach for the ball, though, and so McBride will no longer be the man as he motions out to center field. It seems like we'll see Cade Mackey come out to the bump for Arkansas now. And so we'll get an eye on what defensive changes Arkadelphia makes out of here. And so while we wait for those changes, we'll be right back after this break.
plate, number 9.
All right, so it ends up being a pretty simple switch as we see Cade Mackey come to the pitching mound, and we see Cash McBride head out to center. So those two players just end up switching positions. So now it'll be Carson Atkinson in the box. First pitch from Mackey gets away from him, and so that'll allow the runner at first to advance over to second. So now 2 runners over in scoring position for Atkinson. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That one at the top of the zone gets him to swing and miss. Strike 1 to Atkinson. Third pitch. Going to be fouled back. Makes it a 1-2 count. So 1-2. Atkinson sees that one outside. So 2-2. Evens it up. Number 42, Caleb Favors, the on-deck man. That one hit right back to the pitcher. He's going to make the throw over to first. Try and go back over to the plate to get the out from the runner advancing. Not in time, though, and so Georgia now takes a 9-1 lead. But there are 2 outs. Runner over at third for Caleb Favors.
42, Caleb Favors.
And so smart move over there by Mackey to get the out. And Griffith and Georgia just take advantage of that move, and Arkansas did everything they could to try and force that out, but just not in time. And so first pitch of the at-bat is a ball. Second pitch also drops in for a ball for Favors. Top of the lineup, Grady Smallwood, the on-deck man. That pitch inside, 3-0. Now the count to Favors. Three-0 count, 2 outs, runner over at third. That pitch comes in for a strike, 3-1 for Favors. The pitch is going to come outside, and so Favors, the 12 hole, will take first base on a walk. And that'll bring up Grady Smallwood. Oh, pitch trying to go back over to the pitcher, not in time. Or excuse me, escapes them and allows Stroud to come in for a run. So it is now 10-1 and allows Caleb Favors to advance all the way over to third base after that errant throw into center field. And again, that brings up Grady Smallwood, 2 for 2 tonight, as he swings at the first pitch for a strike as it goes foul out of play. So now 0-1 count to Smallwood, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Looking to drive one more in and eclipse that 10-run mark. This one hammered back to the second baseman. He'll make the play over at first, and that'll record the 3rd out of the inning. So we will take a 5-minute hydration break after Georgia puts up 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 4th. And so before we head to the top of the 5th with this Arkansas squad due up, we will take our hydration break to ensure the safety of everybody playing and all the umpires and everybody. And so we'll be right back after the hydration break after this.
Hydration break is over. You can take the field.
Let's go, Georgia! Let's go, Georgia boys!
All right, coming back from our hydration break, we will resume with number 11, Joe Lopez, being the leadoff man for this Arkansas team out of Arkadelphia, looking to make themselves a comeback, down 9 runs here in the top of the 5th, avoiding that 10-run rule in the bottom half of the 4th, getting out of it. And so we'll see Lopez, Bryant, and Williams, the guys due up for Arkansas. Over on our other field, on field 9, we see North Carolina with the 8-2 lead over the Louisiana team, of the host Louisiana team from Bossier. Here in just a second, we'll kind of explain how the bracket's looking. Winner of this game moves on to play tomorrow night at 7:30 against the winner of that North Carolina and host team. That pitch comes in, quick little grounder over to first base, and so that'll record the first out of the top half of the 5th. It'll bring up J.D. Bryant. Loser of this game will head down into a Monday game at 11 a.m., so they'll get the bye for tomorrow. And they will face the loser of Mississippi and Virginia tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Yes, p.m., not a.m. We will not be here at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. We have services, and so play will begin at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for Sunday. So quick 0-2 count now for J.D. Bryant. Spears looking to continue his dominance with his fastballs, especially. That one he kind of spikes into the ground for a 1-2 count now. Loser of that North Carolina host game will face Tennessee tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. That one, a little bouncer. Gonna go foul, though, out of play. And so keeps the count at 1-2. Brenner Williams, the on-deck man. We did see Ben Sells come in at catcher for Georgia. The pitch comes inside for a ball, makes the count even at 2. Sixth pitch of the at-bat, another bouncer over to the second baseman. He's going to make the play over at first in time for the out. And that'll be 2 down in the top of the 5th. So it'll be Brenner Williams coming in. 2 down now. Up against Peyton Spears. Spears done a good job limiting damage so far. That one tries to hit the top of the zone. Just misses. start his count at 1-0 to Williams. Second pitch. It's a big swing and miss for a strike. That'll even the count at 1. Leighton Tugwell, the on-deck guy. This pitch gets underneath. Hands of Sells or a ball, so 2-1. Spears now at 36 pitches, getting close to that 40 pitch mark. 2-1 count. Another big swing and a miss. There's the count even, 2-2. That one sails in high and makes the count full now. So full count to Williams. Tugwell on deck, 38 pitches for Spears. And that one is going to record another strikeout for Spears and another strikeout for this Georgia pitching staff. Dominant performance so far from them, and so that will retire the top half of the fifth. Georgia looking to put things away here in the bottom half. See if they can do it right after this. All right, we're back. Another pitching change for the Arkansas squad. We see Brenner Williams. He recorded that last out for Arkansas. He will now take the bump. Looking to get some more arms on the mound, see what they can work with. And so it'll bring up Ben Lupian, the leadoff man for Georgia. He was the starting pitcher for Georgia today. Came in, gave up no runs for this Georgia squad, and he's come in and done a pretty good job on the at bat as well. 1-0 count now to him. That one going to be a bouncer foul, and so now we'll even the count at 1. Lupian, Cook, and Shelnut, the guys due up in this at bat for Georgia. The 10-run rule in effect here. That one carries out to left field, but gonna be enough for Cooper Babb to catch that ball and record the first out of the inning. So now Ezra Cook, the catcher, also played some shortstop and second base. Now up. Oh, and he fouled away. 0-1 count. This one hammered into left field, gonna drop in front of the left fielder, and that'll be a 1-out single. And it'll be another base runner for this Georgia squad. So Ezra Cook over there at first, Colton Shelnut now on deck, or excuse me, now at the plate. Peyton Spears on deck. That pitch comes outside for a ball. So 1-0 count now for Colton Shilnut. Second pitch sails in high for a ball as well, 2-0. Third pitch. Gonna hit that outside part of the zone for a strike, 2-1. Now for Shellnut. Again, Brendan Williams. Now the pitcher for Arkansas. This one a little bouncer over to second. He's gonna only go for first and get the out there. So now 2 down. Runner does advance over to second base, as Ezra Cook is over there, and so Peyton Spears, current pitcher, for Georgia, looking to end things right here. He sees that first pitch inside for a ball. Looks to end things right here and not force any other pitching from Georgia. That ball going to get away from the catcher. And we'll move Ezra Cook over to third. So now 2-0 count. Runner even closer in scoring position now. Still 2 outs though for Spears and this Georgia team. That one's going to hit him. And so he'll head over to first base. We'll have runners on the corners, and that'll bring up Wilson Stroud. Wilson Stroud, the one that hit the home run earlier in the game. Hit that bomb over to left center. So he'll step in. Looking to add another RBI to the scorebook. They're trying to force the throw over there at second. Try and bring in the winning run that way. It doesn't work. And so now we have 2 runners in scoring position. We'll see an intentional walk to Stroud. And so now the bases are loaded for Chipper Yateman. And so Georgia playing their own little mind games, trying to force the runner from third to come in and force a walk-off, if you will, in that way with the 10-run rule. Arkansas, with their own little tricks, going to walk Stroud and force Chipper Yateman with 2 outs now to drive in this winning run. That ball going to be a little bouncer, going to be a tough play. Going to look over to first. Not going to be time. It's going to be safe. And so that'll be an 11-1 score now for Georgia, and that will put in the 10-run rule into effect after a tough little ball they got in between the third and second baseman, or third and shortstop, excuse me. And so now it is 11-1, and Georgia will come away with the win. They will advance, and they will play tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. They will face North Carolina, as that game just went final as well. So North Carolina, Georgia will face tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Arkansas, however, will move over, and they will face off at 11 a.m., and they will wait for the loser of Mississippi and Virginia. That will be decided at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in for this extra coverage of the Majors game between Arkansas and Georgia here at the 2024 DYB World Series. Want to thank you all again. Please make sure to share all weekend long as we're giving coverage for these kids. Give them as much shout-outs as you can, and share, post, like, comment, do whatever you can to give these kids the credit they deserve. We appreciate you all for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.